How could a judge grant him bail?
I'm your only hope of you getting your sister back.
If we don't do something now, he'll become a bigger monster than his father.
We're getting ready to take over Queens.
You're gonna ruin everything we worked so hard for.
Someone who has access to you is framing you.
You gotta be sure.
Everything I did was to protect you. You're playing a dangerous game.
So we are back with another video. This is Power Book 2, Season 2, Episode 7. You know, Tariq strolls in class, man. He got that I'm unfazed, but I don't trust none of you dudes. I don't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's just walking in there like, man, let me just get this whole year over with. I gotta reposition a whole bunch of things. Milgram, she's looking at him like, oh my goodness, how is he even in here? I feel disgusted, you know, because she was talking a lot of dirt. You know, all the classmates realize it, like, you really don't know what you're talking about, girl. Like, you saying all this stuff like he's in jail, he's locked up, the keys thrown away, and here he is walking in class looking like the Grim Reaper. You know what I'm saying? He got the straight look on his face. He ain't messing around. And, you know, he meets with Tate. You know, Tate is the only one in his corner, really. You know, on somebody that you need in your corner. You don't need Monet in your corner, nobody else. You need a man like Tate in your corner, you know, who can pull some strings and make sure you have a good public image, and that's what Tate. I think he said that in one of his seasons. Never underestimate the power of a good public image, my brother. It was one of his things. So I mean, he knows what he's doing, you know. And Tariq, he's dealing with the stuff with his sister, you know. She's back in foster care. He was like, you know, I got her, she's now in my custody, and then boom, he gets locked up. So I think he's mainly thinking about how he's letting his sister down, how he let the family down. And he let everybody in his family down. Like, the only one that was really for him was Tasha, because she was telling him how to sell drugs and wanted him to be a new Ghost. And Ghost was trying to be up out of the drug game. From the very beginning, Ghost was like, I'm done with this. I got, you know, my business going, I'm gonna focus on that. And Tasha was like, you ain't that. I see you as the biggest drug dealer. You ain't nothing. Basically saying, you a nigga, stay in your place. You just always gonna be a drug dealer. You know, and Ghost, he wanted to be with Angela, because Angela didn't even look at him in that light. Angela wanted him to be the best man that he can be, the best version of himself. So she wanted Tariq to take over the shoes, you know, with the daycare and everything. So she didn't care about her children. Tariq didn't care about his family like that, you know, and now he's trying to salvage everything he can with his sister, and that's gonna be hard, you know. And now you got Mrs. Prosecutor Lady, you know, she always has that face like she's smelling something stank. I don't know if it's coming from her upper lip or if it's coming from the people around her. She's just disgusted, but I think she's gonna get herself into some stuff. You know, because she's disgusted with Tariq. She don't like, some of these people don't know how to let certain things go. Sax, he's being coached, you know, to let things go. She ain't letting nothing go. So I'm gonna just see how that go with that. Drew, he's digesting the fact that he's gonna be number 2. You know, he's number 2 now. You know what I mean? He got to put in that work. You know, he's ready to put in that work. And quite frankly, we gonna see Drew get his hands dirty. You know, Drew's about to show the world like, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. About to let it blow. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? So we was about to see him, you know, body one of the guap dudes. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't see Drew do that. We seen Drew get shot later on, and now he's thinking about being shot. So now after being shot, and you got the pressure on you and all this stuff, I'm sure he about to let it fly. And we see a woman with a beam. She got the scope, you know. She got an automatic rifle. I'm not sure who she's aiming at or who she actually is. Some people saying that's Diana. Just from the figure, I don't really see Diana right there. I just see a woman and I see a man in back. They kind of say that that's Diana and Kane. I think these are two individuals we haven't seen before, you know, and they're actually going to war with some dude right here, because you can actually see, look, there's a red dot, you know. They got the beam on the person, and that's in back of this guy, you know, and he got his flashlight on, you know, ready to light something up, of which he does. He hits a target, bang, you know what I'm saying? Dude falls on the floor. So I think this is a raid. I think it's Mahoney's guys. I know I was talking about Mahoney and all that stuff, but I think it's Mecca's rival. He's starting to press, you know, a little bit. So that's gonna make Mecca be on edge a little bit. So I think this might be Mecca's people, you know, with the guns in this scene, and Mahoney's people with the guns, and they're just going at it. I don't know. It's a dark scene. I wanted to believe, you know, that it was Diana, but I don't really think that's Diana. And then you have, you know, the cliche of Sax telling them, look, you know, the same thing Kane said, there's someone close to you that's setting you up, someone you love, whatever. He puts two and two together, and he's like, look, man, I'm shutting the door on Lauren. She's gone. Go bye-bye. We don't need to see each other. We don't need to talk to each other no more. This is done. I don't even know why you over here, you know, checking up on me. You don't care about me and all that. So, you know, I could see that going out the way it does. And we have somebody right here in the tunnel. People are saying that it's Tariq, you know, meeting up with Mecca, or someone saying it's Tariq meeting up with Lorenzo. We do see a figure right here. I mean, Tariq necessarily can't leave campus, so unless he figured out a way to get his ankle bracelet off, is this Tariq? Is it not Tariq? We gonna find out, you know. But this is a real deal going down. They're about to have a meeting in the tunnel area. Things go down in these tunnels. I don't know. I wouldn't be in that tunnel just like that, you know. We could meet over here and get something to eat and have a chat over the table. I don't know what all this stuff is. So I think this might be Lorenzo, because Lorenzo liked this type of stuff, you know what I mean? He liked to, you know, stay in the street, be discreet. Stay in the street, be discreet, you know. I don't know. That's what he's on. But then it goes into Drew. Drew was about to body people, yo. Like... especially with whatever Kane did. Kane probably brought the smoke, you know, to Drew's to Drew's boyfriend. And I think Drew don't like that. I think Drew's like, yo, stay in your lane. And I think this is where, you know, we're about to see a lot of transitions with the character Drew. I think, you know, Drew's gonna be a big focus of this next episode, along with Tariq. And then it ends off with, you know, Professor Milgram, Professor Honey Bun, just do it. Let's have some fun, Graham. You know, do it for the Graham, Milgram. You know, I don't know what's her deal, but basically they're telling her you were in over your head. You know, you basically going down in one way or form. I think she's going down one way or form in something. They gonna connect it with something. When it gets too frustrating like this, and both people are kind of tied to you, and they couldn't get none of them on the charges right quick. I mean, they can't really get Tariq on the charge. You know, that's just like, it's too convenient for them to find a detective's badge in his room while they're doing an investigation. It's just too convenient. They're not dumb. You know what I'm saying? And they also have, you know, Lauren's wiretap that was put on from her, Professor Milgram. You know, Professor Milgram coached Lauren to take this illegal wiretap. And on that wiretap, they have, you know, Braden and Kane having their conversation inside the room. You know, she's just all in over her head. You know, Tate's brother is kind of like in over his head. You know, the whole investigation team is just in over their head. They don't really know what they're doing right now. They're just, you know, hunting on a witch hunt. And sometimes that can ruin an investigation, even when you have good leads. You know, they don't know how to you know, execute. Like a bunch of rookies. She's excited to be a cop again. She feels like she's doing something, you know. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. That's just a small small little viewpoint on episode 7 of season 2, Power Book 2. And one thing I don't like, I gotta keep saying Power Book 2, season 2, Ghost episode. You know how long that is? Man, then we're gonna be saying Power Book 4, full 4, season 1, episode. God dang, man. You remember back in the day when it was just like, yo, you seen Power season 1? Season 1, episode 2? Now it's like all these different books. But hey, the books are a good thing. We get a chance to stay with it. I think that they need to release more episodes with the amount of books that they got if they want to keep up, because I'm telling you, one episode of Snowfall shits on all these. I'm sorry, excuse my language. One episode of Snowfall destroys like 3 episodes of Power Book 2 Ghost. You know, y'all gotta keep up. Y'all can't just be releasing one episode and then we go 2 weeks with no episodes and then you got one more episode. Like, who are you trying to do? Like, people are just getting frustrated, and this is going to end up being their last season. You guys gonna have to step up the game in the Powerverse. Release like 2 episodes at once. You know, people binge watch. You got to keep up with the times nowadays. No one is like sitting around at the dinner table waiting for next week's episode. And even back then, they would have new episodes every day. Then it transitioned into new episodes every week. And now they're doing this crazy stuff where they want to make things line a certain way when you have all these other great forms of series, TV series coming out that you're trying to compete with, but you're trying to play a certain game. It just doesn't even work. You know, at the end of the day, I think you guys need to strengthen things up, and that could be by releasing 2 episodes every now and then to give people a surprise, give people, you know, something that they want. You just can't be holding back 2 weeks of no episodes being released. Then you do it again, you know, like a month later, and then a month later you're gonna do it again, like, and then you're like, oh, here goes Power Book 4 Force. You know, here goes Tommy's version. And then people are going to take out all the anger that they had for that and just be like, I don't even want to start this. And they're not even going to start it. They're just going to wait until everything's over and then start it. You know, and I don't really think that's good for Power's numbers. So, necessarily, with these other, you know, shows out here, they're actually stepping their game up. You know, Snowfall is actually dropping out episodes and episodes. Their stuff is consistent. You don't have to worry about, you know, is it going to be there? Is it not going to be there? Is it a leak or not? It's just inconsistent, kind of like how the storyline is with some of these Power books, you know. But it's interesting, and I'm looking forward to see what's going on next show.